do have a full house. This is the first. This is the most number of people we've had going live.
No twins though. No twins.
No double accounts. Hey there, beer tippers. Welcome back to Post Analysis Hangout. And we're starting to feel really tipsy after that Colt 45 we just did. And we've actually got quite the crowd here, including some heavyweights like Rod J, Paul, and Massive Beer Reviews. How you guys doing tonight?
Fuck you, Nick.
Way to call me fat? What the fuck?
I am fat.
No, I said YouTube heavyweights, like popular people.
1,000 review.
I'll take Blumpkins for 500. Thanks.
Yeah, gonna be a good night.
What's everybody drinking? We'll start with Rod. Actually,
I'm actually about to go get my last Hemper in a second. Just doing a quick upload here.
I saw that and I didn't buy it.
I like it, but I've had hemp beer and I'm used to hemp and the scent and the smell. For some people, it's been too dank. It seems to be a love-hate beer out there, but I enjoy it. So
cool. Paul, what are you drinking?
Coffee. I'm sick.
Coffee. Oh, you're sick. But still from the fest?
No, woke up with strep throat.
You must have got that from Greg.
Yeah,
I had it right before the fest too. That's the worst part. But
oh shit!
How did you get it from
I know.
Nick, though?
Yeah, I don't know.
You must have got it from Greg somehow.
I was making out with Nick at some point in time, so that's probably how I transferred it.
There we go. Yeah,
right.
It's a train.
That's just what you remember. You were looking at the camera.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Didn't you both lick Nick's camera? Like that could be a dangerous.
That could be. It could be something that's on.
It was lens on lens.
Strep bacteria is on the lens.
Actually, Paul licked the bottle on video on my thing, so Nick must have put it somewhere.
Bottle. Anyway, Matt. What are you drinking, Matt?
I am drinking East Hill American Pale Ale from Treehouse Brewing Company.
And he's not drunk on Colt 45. He's drunk on love.
You don't know that. You don't know that.
Yeah.
You don't know that. You don't know.
You're drinking
love.
And then Easter beer, you get drunk on Mickey's Big Mac.
Congrats again, Matt.
Thanks, Rob. Thanks. I appreciate it.
Yeah, exactly. Congratulations.
Hey.
I think this is the first time you've been on one of our live hangouts since.
Yeah, it's been crazy since I got back. I was doing crazy shit, and then my car blew up. So I've just been trying to run around and get a new car, and then I sprained the fuck out of my knee, and life's just crazy. But I have beer, so life is good.
Beer makes everything better, and that's not saying anything about the wife.
No.
Anyway, Lee, what are you drinking? I saw you were drinking that stone fruit.
Yeah, Propeller's got a new summer seasonal out. It is their Stone Fruit Summer Ale.
So
indeed, yeah. So it's got a sort of a peach apricot kind of taste with a bit of melon to balance it out, so it's not too sweet or whatever. So.
Yeah, I think Joe was giving me the rundown of what stone fruit is at the Bruden bottle. It's peach and apricot can be considered
with
stone
the
fruit.
big stones in the side of
it. It's almost hazy enough and bland on the hops to be a New England IPA.
New England session. Yeah. All right, Guy, what are you drinking?
I got the Moosehead lager, and I wanted just so using cabbage, orange bitters, and I put that in there.
Orange bitters and a lager.
What the fuck did you just say?
You got to fire up Google Translate and install the Geek module.
Yeah.
The fuck?
I will translate for Geek because I can almost understand him because I can speak a little bit of franglais. He's drinking a lager with some orange bitters.
Franglais.
He doesn't speak French. He only speaks broken English.
And I said, eat my giant cap afterwards.
He's going to eat his hat.
Cap.
Hat. How about that? All right. Greg, what are you drinking? And yes, I left Ashley to the end.
Well, Ashley's always at the end because he's possibly the best of us. Possibly not, though. he's another one who married up. I'm
I
just
was,
saying.
I was just going to say, if it's a human centipede situation, he's getting the worst of the whole deal.
Oh yeah. He's getting the poop after it's been pooped for a few people. I'm having an Innocent Gun mangoes on the run because I saw it and I'm just like, this looks fucked up, and it's a mango IPA and it's. I don't know what I think of it right now. It's not awful by any means, but it's a very weird taste. So I don't know, but it's.
Remember,
listen. I will say this. Shh, don't interrupt me. Actually, I have one very important thing to say. I will say to Innocent Gun, this is a new flavor. This is something that does not taste like any other Innocent Gun beer.
Is there any vanilla in it?
No, there isn't.
Whoa.
So right off the bat, I'm saying this is at the very least a new beer from Innocent Gun, and that's something they haven't done in like 20 years.
Yeah, but the lager didn't taste like vanilla either.
No,
well, that's why they gave it beer of the year.
That's right. It was good stuff.
Yeah.
Fucking best beer of the year. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, yeah. So Ash, what are you drinking? Homebrew?
No, not homebrew right now. I am drinking local Fairweather Brewing. Their Be Good Dry Hop Saison.
Oh, is that one of the ones we brought back for you?
Yes, it is.
Very nice.
Yes.
I saw you peruse those in your video, Nick. They were in the cooler there, yeah.
One of those bottles is what Ashley is drinking right now.
There you go, yeah.
And what am I drinking? I am drinking a Czechvar, the original Budweiser. Or Budweiser Budvar from Czech Republic. Yeah, in at least Canada, I don't know about the States, but in least Canada, they have to call it Czechvar here because Budweiser owns.
Oh, I'm pretty sure they have to do it in the States as well.
Yeah.
Can we even get it in the States? I don't even know if we can. Can we?
That's a good point. Budweiser might just like full on block them from even.
No, you can get it here.
Can you? Okay.
Yeah, they saw them
where
at Wegmans.
Wegmans
Over in Williamsport. Yeah,
I just noticed that like the bottles are even etched with letter B to indicate Budvar, like Budweiser.
I picked one up on my 4th anniversary to make sure it was classy.
Nice.
And now you're
divorced. And now I'm divorced with a giant scar in my hand. So it was a hell of a night.
Yeah.
Wow. I really want details on that.
That day, Paul was cursed.
There's a story behind that one.
Mm-hmm. And it was also Czechvar.
Yeah.
And we actually have no comments right now. There's only 2 people watching. There's way more. I think all the people who would normally be watching are in here right now.
Possibly. Either way, the people are missing out on some prime time conversation.
Hey, why do you guys tell us what is by the White House before?
What?
Trump, we talked about the Canadians. Yes.
Oh yeah, we're a national threat security.
Yeah.
I completely agree with that because I've met Greg.
I saw that.
Yes, you have.
When I saw it, I automatically thought like strange brew in my head for some reason.
Yeah, or Canadian bacon, you know.
Yeah.
It's not a threat because he can never meet anyone.
But
he can't even ever meet anybody to do any damage.
In the news today, like apparently Prime Minister Trudeau had a heated conversation with Trump today, and Trump's response was, "Didn't you guys burn down the White House?"
Well,
we should have a few weeks ago. Apparently,
it's been a while ago. Though.
It was over 200 years ago, and it was the British, not the Canadians.
Yeah,
same thing.
You know what? I'm pretty much convinced Yord is actually a paid assassin at this point.
I can buy that.
I pretty much assume Yord's a 2-year-old.
I think Yord is actually a contract killer. Like this whole I work for a whiskey company in Canada. That's not too plausible. That's just a cover story. I think he actually.
Sure.
Yord's not a 2-year-old. That's just his palate.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yord is actually his own 3rd child. Like you see photos on his Facebook with his children. That's actually him. He's his own 3rd child. He just grows fast.
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean, like he gives okay. So Chris is like, oh, you're gonna be in the area. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna be there for a meeting or whatever. And it's like, oh, you want to meet up? No, I can't meet up. And
he did it to me twice.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like I can't meet up because I have
if you do ask him anything about whiskey, he has no answers. He goes, I can't talk about that.
No,
and if he does like taste notes, he can't do anything. He really sucks at it. So he must be a hitman.
Well, I don't really want to say much about it, but I mean, there's a reason why I prepared the history on Lake Rice ahead of the trip so that we could actually do a beer analysis 101 if he didn't show up. And
because we fucking knew Ewart was a flake. I'll say it right now. Ewart's a fucking flake.
No, he's a contract killer, dude. Like, I'm actually I'm like surprised that Canada actually has contract killers for the government. Like, that's something I never would have expected, but apparently we do.
Do you actually think he's Canadian, or do you think he's imported from somewhere to kill?
He might be. He might be putting on a false accent. He might be like a.
There's something really polite about a contract killer, though. Think about it. It's prim and proper. It's by the rules. It makes sense.
It's clean.
It's not dirty. It's like we're just gonna do it.
No, he's got a very James Bondian tradition, sort of a colonial Commonwealth contract. Kind of thing.
I mean, that is sexy too.
It offers the perfect explanation to why Ewart is actually Jace Westcott.
Well, I'll put it this way: if Ewart was, you know what I mean, a contract killer, certain beer tubers would be dead already. So
maybe he can't go off the reservation quite yet because he's still working for the government. Maybe once
he's not a Native American.
Oh, off the reservation.
Oh, what? No, that went racist.
That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant.
There it is.
And we're gonna go offline any minute.
Yeah, but the problem was my
I know it's just a figure of speech, but it's a racist figure of speech.
Our Kill Jordan GoFundMe got canceled, so
yeah, I mean he should have killed Jordan by now, but I mean, he is the most polite contract killer you could think of. It's like, oh, terribly sorry, old chap, but I'm going to have to end your life now. I'm just going to take this garrote and strangle you.
Mason.
The weird thing about Ewart, though, is
so he's more like James Mason.
Ewart cuddles the corpses when he's done with them, though. That's the weird part about it.
Everything was fun up to that point, Greg. Thanks, buddy.
He puts little
puts
makeup on it.
Yeah. Let's not salt
it now.
I haven't even started talking about my black on white lesbian porn yet.
Hey, does anybody want to watch a horror movie? Sure. Anybody who wants some fucking necrophilia?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Fuck yeah. I just watched that last night. Love Me Deadly. It's a good one. It's got Christopher Stone in it. Hell yeah.
Do they show the chicks naked? Because I don't like leaving it to my imagination.
No, they showed them the full way.
Okay, good. Love Me Deadly on my watch list right now.
It's a little bit on the slow side. It's not. It's made in the 70s. It's not Serbian film of the new age or anything like that. So just.
Oh yeah.
But it's a good film.
Nothing like a film where the guy accidentally rapes his kid at the end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's definitely one. But
for those of you who haven't seen that movie, I ain't kidding.
I actually don't like that film. I just think
that movie sucks.
Dumb. It's just a dumb film.
It is a bad film. It's kind of shock value for shock value, but.
Mm-hmm. But Love Me Deadly's a good one.
I prefer Requiem for a Dream where the old guy's like ass to ass.
Ass to ass. We're going ass to ass.
Wow, that's a lot of cup of teas right there.
Yeah.
For something.
We're going ass to ass now. Good.
James Mason, we're going ass to ass now.
We're going ass to ass.
I'd be like Peter. He's so polite.
Terribly uncivil.
Pardon me, but I'd like to put this dildo in your buttocks and then her buttocks. I hope that's okay, old chap.
Oh, why would you call a lady an old chap?
I assume he's talking to their pimp.
Yeah, what did you say? May I tuck your balls, old chap, and shove this dildo in?
Well, I mean, maybe if it's Oscar Wilde talking, it would be old chap.
There, that would be old chap. Then. Yeah.
Old Bean.
Old Bean. Stephen Fry.
Well then.
Sometimes it's hard to come back after you talk about necrophilia. Let's be honest.
Yeah, what does it really is, right? What do you segue into?
Yeah, but the thing is, see, when you're segueing, it's fine. But the thing is, you need to go past that to the next segue, and sometimes you need to go deeper. And when you hit necrophilia, and if you have like some of you sensitive few, it's hard to go past that to something deeper and keep the thing going. You have to backtrack, and you're like, okay. Well, what's the weather like today? Oh, by the way, did you fuck your mom? All right, let's go. And then then you have to move from there. You know,
happens to be tad of a deal breaker, really.
Really.
I'm not judging anyone, but I generally don't think it's a good idea to fuck your mom.
No, I fucked your mom, and I love it.
Yeah, but that's my mom. That's not your mom. If it was your mom, it would be weird.
Not really. She is a whore. She's been around. It's not that weird.
It's like I came out of that hole, now I'm going to come in that hole?
That's true. The funny thing is, my mom looks so much like me. It's like, just, I'm just looking in my mirror, jerking off. It's okay.
Oh, okay. Just tuck it, and that's Mrs. Paul Ramsey.
There you go. She got a bigger beard than I have, though.
Does the viewer count?
No, probably not. Let me take a look.
What? As soon as somebody links it to that German chat, it's going to go way up.
I feel like this is like 1950, and it's like a Red Button Act, but then like Red Fox got transported into Red Button. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, does that make any sense?
We've got Jamie in the chat.
Have you guys been interviewed by the Germans in a while? Had the Germans hit here?
What?
No, we haven't been hit by the Germans yet.
The Germans yet? They didn't hit your show yet?
No.
The Germans? No. We're not going to get that influx that you got.
No, they crushed like craft beer pours one show. I mean, and then they got they just started like downvoting their stuff like crazy.
Nice.
Now, if you want to really get fucked over on if you've got like a fairly popular like YouTube chat and you start like talking shit about European football, you will start getting like I've seen this happen a couple times in certain chats. Like if someone just badmouths fucking European football, apparently somewhere like a bat signal rings, and then all of a sudden you get like a million. You get a million. You get a million Brazilians jumping into your chat, just basically swearing at you in Brazilian and down voting all your shit.
Let's be honest, Brazilians can't play soccer for the life. So fuck you. Argentina forever.
On Nick channel.
Yeah, sure. Doesn't matter Jamie, what crap we put on here.
Jamie says punchlines only chat tonight. So I told him those aren't merkins; those are my eyebrows.
Oh wow! Listen, Paul. Say what you will about Brazilians. Maybe they can't play soccer, but their women have pretty big titties and nice asses. So that's something.
Even their men.
Big titties.
Wow. He's like, I know, I've seen the videos. They do.
Yeah, Nick sent it to me.
We got wax on and wax off down in Brazil.
I'm gonna wax something off, all right?
But they don't call it. They don't call it a Brazilian in Brazil. They call
no, that's just straight out wax off there.
All you need is duct tape.
Oh.
Speaking of duct tape, where's Klizak tonight? This chat misses Klizak. Klizak, wherever you are, we miss you.
Klitzak, where are you?
Yeah, Klizak, come on.
On the hunt for pink taco.
Again, Guy, we don't know what you're saying, but we support you in whatever endeavor you're doing tonight.
I heard pink taco. I'm good.
No, he said on the hunt for pink taco.
Okay.
On the hunt for pink taco.
Yep. On the hunt for pink tacos.
Pink taco are excellent. You know what? You get a little sour cream in there, maybe a little cheese. It's fantastic.
That sounds like an infection, my friend.
Wait a Holy shit! I forgot I cooked chicken like 3 hours ago. Hang on a second.
Discharge.
Everything's just going wrong.
Chris says be there soon.
Oh, okay. So he had to.
No, he's getting there soon.
He's probably trying to wait to sober up enough so he can join a live chat after like Cult 45.
He had to make sure it was all out of his system.
I mean, he chugged one before he started.
Waited until it's all of his system.
I like how he's like, label out. Your label's not out. Label out. Your label's not out. Label out. No, it's not out yet. Turn it.
I know you gotta turn the can slightly.
Yeah, turn it. Come on.
Okay, guys, don't worry. I had the foresight to actually turn the oven off, so the chicken is cooked, and it's actually good temperature to eat right now.
You didn't burn the condo down.
Look at that chicken; looks delicious. It's got a little fat in it, but I'll let it drip off. But it's good otherwise.
What did you do? Make wings or something?
No, those are thighs.
No, they're just chicken thighs.
We all know Greg loves fat talk.
You're just eating supper now. It's like 9:30.
What was that, Matt?
Listen, I'm fucking starving myself lately.
He's like getting ecstatic over cooking chicken correctly. He's like, look at it. The fat trash. He's like,
So-
literally, that's the whitest shit I've ever heard in my life.
Dude, I'm fucking starving myself lately, so I'm just not fucking eating. I'm like anorexic, so.
Jeez, you're starving yourself. So your solution to your hunger while you're trying to lose weight or whatever you're doing is to eat 18 different chicken thighs.
I'm not gonna eat them all. I'm gonna save some of them for my wife if she ever comes home. But she's not
So you're
home.
gonna save one for
Oh, so you mean every
I
she ever
assume,
comes back?
I assume she's with another man, but that's okay.
I'm assuming you're just gonna save the bones for her, right? Here, Joe, chew on these, bitch.
I always save the bone for my wife.
You knew that was coming, literally.
Yep. Literally. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm actually not even all that hungry, but I'll still eat this shit.
So Jamie put a query in the chat saying, "I'm assuming it's all 10s for Colt 45 tonight."
Something like that.
So
Yeah, take a 0 off of that number.
Tens, like 19 tens machines to shock you back into fucking life because you fucking can't drink it anymore.
And I have a feeling that the stuff that we get is even worse than the Colt that's available.
I'm thinking
in the States.
I'm
it's
thinking
the
as
same.
well.
If that is
I don't
probably
know.
the same.
sorry for you guys.
I don't know. I think ours is probably more sugary just because
Yeah.
we've upped the alcohol, right? So
You
we
think
got more
that's
residual sweetness.
Because I
No,
think
most
I
of
think the alcohol percentage in the States for the normal core 45 is what 5.6.
5.6. I mean, where I've been, we've had more than that last time I drank it.
Oh well, I mean that's what the research I did
I
found.
don't think it came down since then, but that was years ago.
Oh,
The
Really, when
Canadian
when,
degenerate
uh,
drinker can handle more alcohol than the American degenerate drinker. So they had to bump it up for the Canadians.
There you
I like to see that challenge.
I don't know, man.
I think the majority
typical American
of,
lager
all-
4.2%, Canadian lager 5.5.
Yeah, me, Matt, and Paul here. We'll take one all of you.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Drink all you
He is a
motherfuckers
bad
down.
man.
Go.
Every time
think,
Paul turned his
I-
back, we were pouring stuff into his glass. He had no idea. He was drinking
No,
like
I knew you were doing it. I just kept drinking. That's what you do. If you pour it, I'm drinking it. I'm good.
So-
I'm
so
not gonna be
you-
like,
you-
oh, I gotta pour this out now. No, I'm drinking it.
So at the bottle share, you actually became fucking Joe for that year.
No,
Basically,
the only
'cause-
reason I threw up is because I had acid reflux. Once I took an acid reflux pill, I was fine.
I was just saying, first year of the beer fest, we were all fucking
Oh,
dumping.
pouring, Joe.
our-
We were pouring
yeah.
and pouring, and if average dad had a smartphone and could have filmed that whole thing, he would have. Just Joe wharfing.
Well, I mean, honestly, if that had happened, Joe would not be our friends right now. We wouldn't be talking to Joe. He'd just be
yeah, I get it.
not on the internet.
Never
Jamie says, I'm like not eating. I'm like totally anorexic. Greg, the teenage girl, 2018.
Like totally.
But totally.
He's a valley girl.
Totally.
Oh my god.
Let's say Greg
Like-
It was-
on that chicken, but that probably don't sound right.
When we really hung out with people that were drinking malt liquor back in the day, most people were fucking hitting what was it, Mickey grenades and shit like that, more so than
Right.
Colt 45. I think only like a couple guys were hitting
That
45.
remember St. Ides?
St. Ides, yeah, I've had one of
Yeah,
those, two of those, or
man.
three of those, or five of those. They were fucking horrible.
Cricket letter.
We took some gin that we had because we found this bottle of gin and nobody liked it. I don't even know what kind of gin.
So
it
you
was.
found a bottle of gin. Good.
Yeah. And the guy started fucking chugging St. Ides, and he walked away to do something, and we poured the fucking gin and filled his St. Ides up, and he started chugging it, and he's like, "What the fuck is wrong?" And he kept on chugging the St. Ides and bitching, "Hey, you fucking bastard!" And just kept on chugging it. He was fucking toasted by the end of the night. It was fantastic. That was probably the angriest drunk I think I've ever seen in my life. Just the gin and the St. Ides mixed together is a potent chemical.
Alcohol poisoning's crazy, man.
It's a crazy thing, man. It's a crazy time.
Makes you do crazy shit.
I love the fact that every time he took a swig, he was bitching and he couldn't drink it. He couldn't stand it, but then he just chugged more. And it's just every time he just wouldn't stop bitching the whole time, but he kept on drinking it no matter what. That's the kind of level and dedication you need to have to drink this shit.
It's not even dedication. It's like a disconnect between different parts of your brain. Like one part of your brain's saying like fuck this shit, and the other part's
will
like
to live and
I've got control of your motor functions, so we're gonna keep drinking.
I'm in control. I can keep going.
Yeah. The alcohol is going, we have control of the vertical. We have the control of the horizontal.
This is the ultimate limits.
This is the alcoholic limits.
Cannot do that, Dave.
Oh, that's
Jamie says Mickey's is the only drinkable malt liquor I've had.
Not true.
Yeah, that was pretty
Sammy Klaus.
That's
not really malt liquor.
drinkable. It says it on the
Says it
label.
on the bottle.
It says it on the bottle. I was gonna say it says it on the bottle. That's probably the best, actually.
It depends on what state it's going to, I guess.
We're in a Commonwealth.
I think I actually think that's
Commonwealth.
I think that's on every label.
No,
Yeah, well,
it is.
Canada's in a Commonwealth too, and ours is bigger.
I'm in a Commonwealth as well.
I love
Not
how
the
like
size
some
of the Commonwealth is how you use it. But no, I think that's malt liquor.
Yeah,
everywhere.
sorry, we're a national security threat.
I love how
Well,
some U.S. states
penis
still have
is.
like
Actually, I
those,
think Spot and Optimator says malt liquor on it too.
It does too. Yeah.
Does it really?
Yeah,
I gotta go check out.
yeah.
Well, I mean, didn't they mention this in the little analysis stuff a couple years ago? Was it anything that's over like 8% has to be labeled?
That is
Malt
like
liquors.
OG and like old school shit when like a malt
Yeah.
forward beer was over
It's
over a certain
something or
percentage,
other.
they just threw it on there.
In
Yeah.
Texas, if it's over like 5 or something, it has to be malt liquor.
Mhm.
Hey,
Or
Lee,
is it? No. A lot of them say malt beverage,
Or malt
not
beverage.
liquor.
malt beverage.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Lee, what were you gonna say, Lee? You were gonna
I don't even remember anymore.
I was
I
drinking
was
this
important.
coffee stout one time, and it said malt beverage with flavors added. I'm like, that just sounds so sexy. It sounds so sexy. Malt beverage
Yeah.
with flavors added. I'm like, my life is just gonna be so changed by this wonderful moment. I can tell. It's just, it does. Ugh. Why can't you just say stout with coffee added? Like I don't.
Because it's not either one of them.
Yeah.
It's
It was
like
a
flavors.
coffee stout.
It's coffee flavors.
Yeah.
No, we have coffee stout where they use coffee.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure you
No,
do.
it's a regular stout with coffee, and they have to put down malt beverage with flavors added. Oh yeah, great.
I still can't get over that in the States. Like, there's some places where you don't even have to put the ABV on the bottle.
Well,
Like,
that's
crazy.
Pennsylvania for you, baby.
That's
no
crazy.
dates, no ABV, nothing. No, basically every beer that you
can't
buy
believe
is non-alcoholic.
I can't believe in Canada anything over like 4% you have to put strong beer. That's not fucking strong, beer. What the fuck are you talking about?
Strong beer.
Beer forte.
Oh, this is 6% alcohol. It's strong beer. Be like, no, it's not, dude. Not at all.
Get the Session IPA came out with Beer Forte on it. I'm like, really? Strong beer. Session IPA all day long, baby. Yeah.
That's funny.
Fucking alcoholics with a strong beer. Yeah. Yeah,
Apparently, you guys
it's fucked up.
security risks. I'm getting shut down from talking to Canada.
Too much Canada talk.
Uh-oh, too
Oh my
much
God.
Canada talk.
Security risk, I guess.
They have to put some trade tariffs on this video chat.
All right, I gotta go, guys. I gotta go.
All right, cheers.
Thank you. Enjoy those bitters. Don't barf them up.
I'm gonna
Oh,
drink the whole
boy.
thing.
Thanks for coming in, Guy.
I know it.
Louise on the bitter. Well, now the chat's ruined.
Yeah, I know. Now we don't have the voice of the chat coming in. Oh, we did go. Oh, I thought we lost Rod, but we still have
We had 2 rods.
and 2 rods.
When he gets
Oh,
inside,
it's
1,
like
2, 3,
swords.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rods.
It's like swords.
That's a night at Greg's right there.
Yeah.
thy rod and Nick's staff comfort me.
God.
Dear. Fuck.
Terrio 316.
Dear God.
That was funny.
He was doing, I can't remember. It was something. It was like he was doing some big malt liquor. And I remember the rant. And if you go and find the video, you'll see this 17 fucking paragraph fucking screaming fit I gave him. And I just did because I just couldn't help it. But Terrio said, he goes, this is 8.5. And he pulled out this vintage ale. He goes, I just reviewed this vintage ale from Fuller's. And that's 8.5. And that tells me it's brewed in the same quality and in the same way. With the same quality in the same way. And I'm just like, it was fantastic.
It's like a Geico commercial. That's not how this works.
Don't worry, son. It's just savings. Yeah, and it was oh fuck me, yeah. And then that was the greatest quote I think I've ever heard in my life.
Write that down.
I did. I remember that. I'll never forget it.
What did you just do?
I dumped my Colt in here so I could use my Teku for something else.
Why are you using Colt for glass anyway? That's just dirty glass.
You know what, Rod? I was trying to give it the benefit of the doubt. You know,
Billy D. Williams said you should drink your Colt 45 out of a champagne glass.
Mm-hmm. And that's not a champagne glass. So
I'm not even lying.
I think Miller would disagree since there's champagne.
Yeah, there's champagne. Miller High Life, baby. You know what the funny thing is? If you could never get the smell and flavor of that 45 out of that Tector glass ever again, it'd just be in there no matter what beer.
Burns into it.
It is stained for life.
It's like a weird Twilight Zone episode. It's the only glass you have, and every beer out of it tastes like Colt 45, no matter what. For the rest of
That would be it.
That'd be my worst fucking. Right there.
I finally had time for beer. I finally had time.
We'll see if this tastes like Colt 45 after I drink it out of the same glass. I rinsed it, of course.
We shall see.
Well, considering its propellers double IPA with the weird problems they have with that one at times, it might still just be super sweet anyway.
You know, in hindsight with that Colt 45, I probably would have been better off drinking it right out of the can because when it's in a glass, that accentuates the aroma.
Yeah,
fuck man. I'm drinking closable water too, but hey.
Oh,
hey,
God, it was terrible, man. Like
I can accentuate some liquid right there, baby.
Yeah, baby. Accentuate on your face.
Magnum TA gonna spit all the liquid over you, babies, and then Dusty Rhodes gonna clean up afterwards.
That's awkward.
It's not awkward, baby.
I know it like
Dusty Rhodes and Magnum TA both wearing fur coats, baby, because we're so
Dusty Rhodes doesn't gonna unless it's some smoke
Shut up, Nick. You got nothing.
Man down.
Yeah.
Man down. You got nothing.
He's frozen, baby. He's frozen like a tundra, baby.
I just wish I could do Ric Flair's voice. Like I've never heard anyone do Ric Flair's voice like properly.
You know what? Ric Flair can't even do it when he talks regularly.
Yeah.
Ric Flair can't even sound like Ric Flair. Like, whoa, Rick, what the fuck?
I wish I could do his voice just so I could fucking talk people down.
Yeah, I think that's the only thing is you can't do Ric Flair's voice unless you're yelling.
I guess if you want to be the man.
If you want to be the man.
Ric Flair's always been like, you have to be on coke, but absolutely exhausted at the same time.
Very tired.
That's always been
very
like
strung
the
out.
wheelhouse. Ric Flair for me.
High rising profile, limousine driving. Ah! And
60 hours.
Having a hard time keeping these alligators down.
Hard times. I'll tell you what hard times.
hard times, baby. All the textile workers of America are out of the job. That's the hard times.
You took your job, Daddy.
Oh shit!
Woo! Flat on your face.
Woo!
Look who it is.
The contract killer himself.
The
Holy
contract
crap!
killer.
Here is your Flair.
Originally from Belarus, he comes weighing in at 210 pounds.
What's up, fella?
Contract killer.
So
What's going on? Not much. Not much.
What are you doing right now? You sipping on a Colt 45 or what's going on?
No, you don't sip on a Colt 45.
45 left right
Hey,
here.
that Colt 45 sips on you, baby.
That's right. That doesn't get better as it warms, Nick, by the way, so you probably would have finished it.
Yeah. Don't take your time, Nick.
No. The rest of it, I'm just sort of looking at like, oh my god, that looks like pain.
It looks like piss.
That too.
I suggest storing in the microwave using it as a broth.
Yeah. Dump your wiener in it and make a beer broth.
Boil hot dogs in it.
Yeah, they use it for hot dog water. Yeah.
Boil hot dogs in it. That's how they got. That's how they get the flavor.
So you are where are you right now?
I'm at home.
Oh, really?
He says,
so you're not in like say like the former Czech Republic,
yeah,
meeting with some quote unquote clients of some sort.
Okay, this day and age, you don't need to go there to meet anybody. It's called Skype. All right.
Skype.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, we're sort of implying here that you want to get really close to your contacts, and maybe execute them with a gun.
I don't know what you mean. If you're talking about like recreation of the P-tape, I'm not part of that.
I'm kind of implying that you used to be a Bolivian princess before the sex change.
So apparently you haven't watched any of the rest of this leading up to this. I'm implying that you're a contract killer, Yort.
Oh, no, that's not true.
Hey, we actually have
exactly what a contract killer would say.
Yeah, exactly.
Because A, you're a guy who claims he works for a whiskey company. You have nothing to say about whiskey almost ever, and you travel around everywhere. Every time you travel to some place where someone on this panel lives, you can't meet up with them because you're busy hiding bodies, apparently, or just leaving bodies for someone else to clean up. Who knows? I don't know how your organization actually works. There might be cleaners who clean up after you or whatever. But let's just face it, you kill people for a living, right? Like you're like probably one of the few contract killers for the Canadian government. Is that what it is?
This is a witch hunt. Absolute witch hunt.
I would like to add
this is worse. This is worse
than
Nixon Watergate.
I would like to add one more thing to this. Every time I was in Detroit and Ewart was there was a shooting. I'm just saying.
Ewart, I defended you on this because I said if you were a contract killer, Jordan and Dar would be dead. So it's you know what I mean? Like it's just
Here's the thing with those two idiots. No one's paying to have them executed, which is unfortunate. I'm gonna start a crowdfunding campaign.
Now I totally know you're a contract killer because you're like cash, homie. Like I am not gonna pay.
Show me the money, baby. Throw me the money.
There's so many people who deserve to be executed, but I need to get paid. So
hashtag assassin confirmed.
Yep.
Payment of pantaloons, baby.
Assassin's greed, more like.
Oh, jeez.
Dude, how was Copenhagen, brother?
What's that?
Copenhagen. Let's hear
it. Copenhagen is a.
I've heard before you said say anything. I've heard it's probably the best place everybody's ever been ever.
For
Copenhagen in general, like beer and culture and life and food, everybody who's gone there has been like, dude, I'm just gonna go back to Copenhagen.
Yes, if it wasn't so damn expensive, I'd say absolutely.
Expensive and full of people.
Yeah, exactly. Amsterdam was my favorite European city. This is right there. If it was a little more, budget friendly, but I mean, yeah, it's amazing. It's a mecca for food and beverage and. It's awesome, man. It's awesome.
And devil lettuce.
Yes. If you want a Christiania and you want to have some of that, it's free reign, man. Free reign.
Highlight of the trip.
What's that?
Highlight of the trip. Was there something specific or just the trip as a whole?
No, there's a couple highlights. I mean, I went to a lot of spots. Getting to try Boca Rider was incredible. I had that with dinner one night. It was really good. Then I went to Coal Ship, which is owned by McKellar's Atlantic Bar. And I had another one there. That's probably my highlights. So,
nice.
Yeah, Coal Ship is a cool place. Himmerjet, that Evil Twin place was okay.
Yeah.
I think it was a little overrated, overhyped. Tolhuis, however you pronounce that breweries, their brew pub Bruce was really nice. War Pigs was okay. Actually, of all things, I'm surprised the McKellar spots were actually really, really nice.
I mean, he has all of them. Like 90% of them are McKellar, right?
90% of the bars?
All the bars and everything.
No,
he owns pretty much in town, doesn't he?
They have a lot, but there are a lot of other ones too. A lot of other ones that do other things, but they have 8 or 9 spots. Yeah, for sure. I went to Bagavan, which is their, however you pronounce that, it's their sour barrel age program. Really, really nice spot. Yeah, man, the city is really cool. So,
yeah, I went to right before I got married, I went and picked up a keg from the guys from Equilibrium, and they said they went out there for like the McKellar Fest, and they were saying like when they were in Copenhagen, like even half the bars that they were in that were normal bars, they told me, I mean, grain of salt, who knows, that he owned pretty much all of them anyway.
Hello,
You know what I
friends,
mean?
I'm back.
Oh crap!
He might have
you
a beer,
thought I
he
was
might have
asleep,
a beer
didn't you?
mafia going on.
But I was just eating chicken and talking to my wife.
Protections.
More like hoping you were asleep.
Yeah, Matt. There's
Jeez,
a lot.
Nick, that's rude.
There's a lot of well-known places that he owns. That's the thing. There's a lot of other places that people may not be aware of, that locals are aware of.
Oh shit! It's Baby Yui. Baby Yui, how you doing, buddy?
What's up? 6 out of 10.
Yeah. I'd say for the Colt 45,
that was
I'm
good.
like an 8 out of 10 right now. I'm a little lit.
Yeah. Matt, like
I need to do a Google search here really quick. Unsolved murders in Copenhagen.
Oh, Klitsack's
there's
here.
another Klitsack.
Babe, Klitsack's here.
I hear you, Ewart, by the way. I heard what you're trying to say.
Very excited.
Yeah, Matt, there's where the industry guys go after this most recent one was Fermentorum, which is a really nice spot as well. And they're completely independent of Meat Killer and don't have kind things to say about that brand and the empire. But so I found it ironic that industry guys would go there after that fest to a place that isn't that doesn't carry any of that stuff. But they had a lot of cloud water and other things on tap there, so it was really nice.
Cloud water is good times.
Yeah, it's interesting. The bartender was Australian. There was 8 cans on the bar. They're all cloud waters. Like, oh, you can take those to go or have them here. And he's like, but I wouldn't touch any of them. I'm like, really? I heard really good stuff. He's like, yeah, but not these ones for whatever reason. One was
the ones the clouds of waters I had there.
Yeah, don't touch these ones, mate. I just shoved them up the pussy of my hooker.
Yeah, well, that's why I have to buy them.
By the way, if anybody, I see Earth is in the chat. If anybody has him, send him a link. He wants to come in.
I'm gonna add to your well, not lager drinking, but your malt liquor drinking experience with a Narragansett.
Narragansett.
Oh, I watched your review the other day.
Yeah.
Harsh.
It came in a 6er, so I had to buy it at a 6er.
You got to do it, man. You have to commit.
Yeah, well, that 6er cost you what? $4?
$5.99.
Oh, muffin.
Yeah, and it was a 6er of 16 ounces.
My God, I can't believe I had to buy 6 of them for $6.
It's actually not bad. It's not good, but it's not bad.
Is that one of those ones where there's no ABV on it? You sort of have to guess.
This one is yes, that's absolutely correct.
Yeah,
because I was reading around going, nope. It's out non-alcoholic. That's why I just assume everything. Everything I see, I go, oh, this must be a non-alcoholic beer. You can drink as much as you want, and if you get into a car crash, you can sue them.
Exactly. Yeah, it's the exact opposite, right? It's like, oh, if it's at 8%, I'm definitely going to gravitate towards that because that's all people care about is getting drunk.
I love those non-alcoholic Colt 45s.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Jamie says in the chat, yes, Semiclaus is great, but you know what I mean. I'm talking about shit like Old English, etc.
We know. We're just
one of the worst. I'd say one of the worst. If I could actually talk, one of the worst malt liquors I had. There was the traditional malt liquor, blah blah blah. I think St. Ides was horrible.
I was just gonna say I thought that's one of my favorites. I was gonna say St. Ides.
St. Ides is horrible. I couldn't drink that crap.
Because that was the last one I had, probably about 20 years ago.
If Paul can't drink it, then no one on earth should drink it.
No one ever should.
No one should.
Paul's baby palate.
And shit, Paul will drink embalming fluid.
Yeah.
As drinking,
as long as it's boiling hot.
Yeah.
We did finish a bottle of Sink the Bismarck. That was all right.
Nice.
Earth says next fad will be session malt liquor. I mean, honestly, that's probably not too far off, considering some craft breweries are now making "quote unquote" malt liquors as their like specialties or whatever.
Hurricane wasn't the greatest either. So,
Earth also says, Nick, would that be a malt forward IPA cuvee hybrid? I don't know what he's.
I don't know.
Referring to.
I accidentally committed beer alchemy with the rest of my Colt 45 and dumped the last part of my propeller into it.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that's kind of funny because
I got two glasses going on, so I'm double fisting.
Oh my god!
Do you even remember
write
which
down
one's
that
which?
it's the finest. They always say it's made. This batch is made
tastes
from the
more like
finest this,
IPA.
and the finest that, and the finest this. So it's a cuvee. So every beer's a cuvee.
It's made the finest of breast milk.
The finest, baby. No,
Ooh, breast milk.
I want you to go
get
get me
that vaginal.
I want you to go get me a cookie.
Yeah. I need a. What is that?
Nick, are you fucking talking to like
shit
Siri
from
or
a
Alexa or
And
something?
I need breast milk from a Cambodian woman.
Oh wow!
What? Oh, it's Chappelle's show.
Chappelle show, yeah.
Jamie says Tiku killed those people. You should have done that in the You should have done that in a hashtag, Jamie. Just saying.
Or at the end of the chat, closing it out.
Yeah, and then he says
hashtag.
He also says, I wanted Joe to get me some Saids, but he was too afraid to go to the store that sold it.
Joe is a huge asshole.
Shot.
Joe won't fucking get you anything if it doesn't benefit him. Prove me wrong,
no.
Joe.
He bought Jamie and I that the Jenny cream ale.
It
Yeah, but he
benefited
likes
him
Jenny,
because you
though.
guys both gave him hand jobs.
Yeah. And we all know he's a
Yeah.
Jenny poster boy.
Is this like the deleted scenes from the bottle share? Like,
Oh yeah.
It was the under the table camera that no one else
You won't
saw.
believe what happened when
Table.
the cameras were off.
Oh, I believe
so
what happened.
the cameras were off, and so were the pants.
I'd just say there were definitely some accidents involving Chris's pussy.
There was accidents involving water sprayed on Joe.
Yeah,
There's actually a connection between that comment they made about Chris's elevator being sticky on the floor.
Yeah.
Oh, that
Chris's
time,
elevator was
well,
so sticky.
fucking somebody dropped a whole
Thanks to
coffee.
Joe and Paul, I had to sleep in the wet spot.
Yep.
No, there was a coffee spilt in that elevator.
No, that
That's
was
what
because
was
Chris
going
had
on.
fun right before
Right,
he showed
a
up.
coffee.
Coffee. Speaking of coffee, I'm drinking a
Comfy.
from Castle Brewing. I'm drinking a Prorogation
Prolapse.
Lunch Spout.
Prolapse Brent
Spout.
Lunch spout.
Is that from Geese?
Prorogation.
Prolapsation, lunch spout.
This is a coffee milk stout with cold coffee. You know what? I'm not a big fan of the stouts made with cold brew coffee. I don't.
Well,
It's just a
cold,
weird.
yeah.
I'm not a big
You know what?
cold brew coffee.
I
fan.
find when they're
I
made
love,
correctly, they can be delicious.
Chris,
I
you have a
love cold brew
Chris has a
coffee.
terrible
Actually,
palate.
I love cold brew coffee, but I'm just playing into what Greg was saying. That Beatrix from GLB was fantastic.
Yep.
It was a Baltic porter made with cold brew coffee. It just tasted like straight up cold brew coffee.
It is really delicious. GLB when they don't always do it 100%, but when they make a coffee stout that's amazing, it's fucking amazing.
I don't know. I really like that when I bought a bottle to bring home.
Yeah.
It's no Hammond River though.
Oh, we went to the Flying Saucer and I had myself some kokanees.
They still had some.
Yeah, I had
Nice.
some. I had 2 kokanees, and Jamie also had 2 kokanees.
Nice.
And then I paid the bill, which was $135 that night.
Holy shit!
So the
For
Flying
4
Saucer
kokanees?
was going to town. Yeah.
That's a
Which is
shit.
only like $80 American.
Well, yeah. But that
Hey,
was a
Nick.
hell of a night at the Flying Saucer.
Nick, can you get kokanee out east?
Oh, I wish I could. I actually like
Oh
cooking.
no, you don't. Oh, that was bad. Wasn't bad.
Wow, that's a sad. Like that should have been offline that you admitted that.
Yeah, I was like, I really like kokanee, baby. This is
So
real good.
kokanee is on the next beer analysis 201 on the 10th.
So send me some.
Since Nick can't get it, I'm just kidding.
Kokanee
But, well, I
Gold.
just wanted to say before, while I have the chance to say anything, Paul, it was a fucking pleasure meeting you.
Oh, thanks.
I had a
Great to
fucking.
be there.
I was so happy that when you came over, I was like, "This is fucking awesome that Paul's here," and we're like Paul's here. Ashley's text is like, fucking Paul's in the parking lot. What the fuck? And speaking of Ashley,
Paul is actually a ton of fun at bottle shares. As much as we make fun of him and as much as like Nick's butthole probably hurts, Paul's a ton of fun.
And speaking of Ashley, it's a pleasure meeting Ashley for the first time too. Even though same Niagara Peninsula.
Wait,
dude, I don't leave you but as last on beer analysis by choice. No, it was fun meeting you, man.
It is alphabetical.
Ashley, have you and I ever met before, or was this the first time?
Nope. That was
okay. I wasn't sure if you and I had met at Beer Fest before.
No, is that a club? Greg, is that a club? You guys are supposed
to
talk about
clubs.
live.
Oh, yeah.
Pocket full of dub.
And then I remember that time I met Ewart for the first time.
When was that?
Did you actually meet
I was in fucking Windsor, dummy.
Yeah.
Stupid. I haven't met Lee yet. I haven't met Matt yet.
Did he tell you not to look in his trunk?
No, he told me don't make eye contact. Like, fucking paparazzi around. I was like,
don't look at me in the eye.
Settle down.
Don't look at me.
The only person
Stop staring at me.
The only person in this chat I haven't met in person is Rod.
There you go.
Yeah,
and Rod's going to keep it that way, motherfucker.
Yeah, you got a little
Rod's
bit
gonna
more
drive
class.
for 5 hours, not have to fucking come
I
through.
feel like I'm like the only person that you were trying to actually meet though when he came to town.
You were
see,
fucking
I
good night
tried.
for the show.
I tried, but Rod bailed on me.
Oh yeah,
bullshit.
bullshit.
Listen, I wish I would have known you guys 5 years ago because I would have met everybody here but Rod.
Yeah, Chris, it would have been 5 years of knowing me.
I regret and retract my last statement.
That sounds really attractive. Yeah, that's good stuff.
Chris, I would have gotten you so much action. You would have been cheating on your wife. Would have been fantastic.
Yeah, well. Too little, too late, motherfucker.
Yeah, there you go.
Ring dong.
Ring a ding ding ding.
I've known you for that long, and I never got any action. So fuck you.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Listen, Paul, I
Don't
try.
promise no shit.
I can only work with so much.
I understand. Yeah.
Never got me laid, you motherfucker.
I get
all this. See what you've done, Greg?
Nick, I get you laid. I just need you to commit to talking to women. That's all I need you to do. And I can get you laid otherwise.
Fuck you. I just need you to talk to females. What the fuck are you?
That deaf, dumb, and blind.
Nick, you've got a fucking python.
Sure paid me.
We just need to convince them, and it's fine.
Sure has a big robot schlong.
Does not compute.
Bell computer.
I'm pretty sure with a few Colt 45s, my wife would probably have sex with you.
Works every time, baby.
Yep.
I hope she didn't hear that.
If she doesn't say yes, beat her with the can.
She heard something.
It'll work.
Never know when you're gonna have friends over.
Ring ding dong.
Help a brother out.
Hi, honey, love you. Okay, look at this. Look at this.
45.
Look at this
No,
fucking
I
shit.
think if anything was gonna happen there, it would have happened already.
I'm not gonna show you my wife because she's not wearing a bra. But look at this. My wife's on the bed. You can see her shoulder, and then there's just the fucking dogs. Just like I'm just sleeping on the bed. Fuck you guys. I'm a dog.
Yeah, that's what
Hey,
dogs do.
you guys.
That's what dogs do. Yeah, that's accurate. I'm going to take up all the spot that you want to do.
Yeah, no,
because fuck you.
dogs are like, I understand the pack hierarchy, and you're not in it, Greg.
You're just not
Sorry.
in it, Greg.
No,
you can hang out with the cats, you piece of shit.
All I can say is Agnes.
Actually, luckily I do because I just sleep in my own bed with one cat that wants to sleep with me for some reason.
You got your own bed.
No, just what I fucking said. The dog knows the fucking hierarchy. Your wife is the alpha.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the only thing the dog respects.
Babe, are you the alpha in the household? Are you like the leader of the household?
Yes.
Just say yes, Agnes.
Oh, she doesn't think so. Babe, who's the alpha in the household?
I'll put it this way.
I'm the alpha in the household.
No, she's trying to.
Greg.
No. There is no hierarchy with.
Greg, I'll put it to you this way: which one of you has the bathroom in their bedroom?
My wife has that.
Yeah.
My wife has. My wife 100%
She's the
has
alpha.
the better bedroom.
She's the alpha.
Yeah,
I gave my wife a better bedroom because
Greg,
she spends more time in it.
Greg, you can't cite cats because you can't cite
Yes, also
domesticated
my
cats.
wife has a walk-in closet and I don't.
Yeah, see, she's the alpha.
You can't cite cats hanging out with you because there's no real hierarchy there. It's
I'm sorry, Greg, you're just a beta male.
The cats are dismissive of you.
Greg, you're the pool boy.
Agnes,
You're the milkman.
no.
I'm just the fuck boy.
Agnes is definitely the alpha, and the dogs respect Agnes and don't respect you. That's all there is to it. That's the pack hierarchy right there.
That's why the cat hangs with you, because you're the inferior male.
That's why I make sure I piss on everything I own.
Matt, you're out.
All right, Matt. Have a good one, sir.
I wanted to ask Matt,
Matt,
how's everything living out there in your new place? But you're leaving, so
What?
how's everything in your new house? Everything's good.
Awesome. Other than the internet.
I didn't know you got.
Other than the internet is we get daily
Listen, let me speak for like, and then you'll understand how awesome it is here. Because right now, the words are probably jumbling, and everything's probably all fucked up. The internet.
I love the dial-up. It's the best.
But so yeah, everything. Yeah. So.
All right.
Goodbye.
Congratulations on the marriage.
Yeah, so you go kill Battlestar Galactica now, and we'll see you later.
Bye.
Thanks for coming in, Matt.
I think
them
maybe
asteroids.
Christmas we should like all group
asteroid, massive
Asteroids.
massive asteroids,
Massive asteroids.
massive ass.
Asperger's.
Holy fuck! I gotta piss. I'm gonna leave Lee insurance. I'll be right back.
So I guess the
Piss in
waitress,
one of the glasses near you and mix them up and play like that Monty card. You know, like.
so I guess the waitress at the Flying Saucer really loved Paul.
All right.
What Jamie was saying. See?
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Was she an attractive waitress?
No, of course not. Do you think I give a fuck? I don't give a fuck.
There's like another Purge movie coming out. Like, how many times can they do this movie?
As many times as people will pay to see people killed horribly on screen. That's all.
Oh, no, I would have run into it for sure.
I love that segue though, Rod. It was fantastic.
You would, you contract killer.
Well, one day a year we can all act like you were.
Yeah, we're not getting paid for it, but we can still do it.
We get to kill people and get away with it.
Yeah.
All right, guys, time to be an adult. Have an adult beverage. You know, something suitable for my taste.
I am.
I'm having a fucking tap in the room because the fucking
I'm still
$2.
beating you. I'm still winning. This is a better beer.
I wish I had another Colt 45 at this point. It would be a lot of fun.
You would be so fucked right now. You'd fall asleep by now if you had another one of
The
those.
point of those beers is to forget that your life sucks. And so far, Greg's is fucking hammering it away. It's great.
Yeah.
He's like, I got a thing, and my dog sleeps with my wife, and you're just loving it. It's great.
I like when I go into Untapped and it says that Colt 45 is done by Pabst Brewing.
Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Heineken, fuck that shit. Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Yep. So basically, right now, Greg just went to the higher level. He started entry. He's now moving on up to the east side.
He's evolved.
Finally get a piece of that pie.
Piece of that pie. Moving on
that
up.
PBR pie. Yeah. Drink it down, Greg. Taste your glories.
I got this in the double Tempest glass.
Ooh, no more hard times. Now you're the cream of the crop that's gonna rise to the crop,
baby.
Daddy.
Yeah, you know what? I still say for fucking $2
I got a sore
tall boy.
throat. I can't do it.
This is a solid beer for what it costs.
For Pabst.
Yeah.
that's
No
good.
longer
I
lingering in the Colt 45. Yeah. Now Greg is the cream of the crop, baby. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the one and done, baby. He's with the Macho Man now. He's got a little piece of that stardom, yeah. He's no longer a jobber, yeah.
He'll always be a jobber. Come on.
Don't have a heart attack. God.
That is one of the best promos ever. The cream of the crop promo. It's fucking fantastic.
Greg is the Brooklyn Brawler of this fucking chat.
Oh my god!
The Brooklyn Brawler.
Have a little cup of coffee in the big
Are
time.
you just saying I'm the dude? I'm consistently on every single week, but I just
You're the
shit beat
Mongolian
out of me by
stomper.
somebody else.
Yes. Yeah, you're a
No.
jobber.
The Mongolian Stomper actually had a good win-loss record.
Oh,
We're talking like the Brooklyn Brawler or Iron Mike Sharp or something.
Iron Mike
yeah.
Sharp is the best.
It is just a jobber.
Oh, the sounds that would come out of Iron Mike Sharp.
Yeah, Iron Mike Sharp. Every match he just yelled all the time. It's
He just ran around yelling. It was awesome. He's so angry.
yeah.
Are you so angry?
He was also a germaphobe and a clean freak. Apparently, before his matches and after his matches, he showered like 2 or 3 times.
Really, eh?
Yeah. He
Maybe that's why he was so angry.
was obsessive compulsive. Like
I'd probably want to shower too if I was just wrestling around with a bunch of sweaty men that possibly bled on me.
Well,
Oh,
that's one of the things about
What are you
Gorgeous
talking
George
about,
would
UFC?
do.
I mean, those mats are dirty as fuck. I mean, there's a reason why wrestlers get staph infections all the time.
That's so
Gorgeous
nasty.
George actually, he would come in with that little almost like DDT sprayer kind of thing, and she would just spray the whole ring with like a disinfectant because he would get blood blisters and blood boils from like scraping those mats on the carpets. So he was a germaphobe too. So he sprayed all that shit so he didn't get infections because he was getting infections before.
George the Animal Steel was a college professor. It was like, how do you go from this to a wrestler chewing on turnbuckles?
Yeah.
With a hair tongue.
Haven't you ever seen Billy Madison? I mean, the principal in Billy Madison, he was a wrestler too. The Blob.
Yeah. It's like you're a college professor. Like you didn't get tenure, so you figured you could try something else.
He made more money doing that.
Yeah, no, wrestling was his side gig actually.
Yeah.
I like they were talking about it, and the one guy, he got done wrestling with the new ring they built in the WWF at the time, I think it was. And the guy went up to George Animal Steel, who was just hanging out in the back. He goes, "Oh, don't take a bump on that ring. You'll fucking kill yourself." He said, "Son, I haven't taken a bump in 35 years."
Yeah, no, he hasn't.
And he was still a legitimate wrestler. And he's like, "Son, I haven't taken a bump in 35 years. I don't plan to do it." But he was still getting paid as a wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, he had it fucking made. I mean, he did all the real quote unquote wrestling back in the day before he even made to the WWF. And once he had his shtick down, he was just a character. He just had to do his fucking things that got him over. And
it's like how many times did you actually see the original Sheik or Bruiser Brody take bumps? Really?
You almost never saw Bruiser Brody take bumps because he was like, "Fuck that! I'm not jobbing for this guy."
Yeah.
How about the original Doink the Clown? Didn't they have fucking like 8 actors that played him?
There's not only been like 3 or 4 in the WWF have done it. There are in all the independents. There are people who play like Doink the Clown. Like that's one of the biggest gimmicks in the independent wrestling scene is Doink the Clown.
There's only one Coco Beware.
Yeah, that's right.
Bring that parrot out, motherfucker.
And then it's funny, like when Coco Beware got to the WWF, he got fatter, and he's just more of a a showman and the gimmick. Yeah. But I saw one match back in the day when he was still in the territories before he went to the WWF, where he beat the fuck out of some guy. Like this guy must have like bad.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, I remember.
This guy called the Patriot. And it's not like the Patriot. It's not the Patriot from the WWF.
It's not Mel Gibson.
No, it's not the same guy with the Stars and Stripe mask. It's just some jobber. But he must have like said something in the back that pissed Coco
Nick
Beware
just left.
off.
This chat is over.
Yeah, Coco Beware beat the fuck out of this guy. Like, there's a match online where, like, you can see where he actually he just stiffed the fuck out of him. Like he was beating him up.
He was picking him up and punching him back down.
Was Coco Beware the guy who had all the fucking parrots?
Yeah,
the parrot. Yeah, the first guy Undertaker wrestled at SummerSlam and dropped him like a sack of potatoes on his head.
Yeah.
I did as a kid.
You don't fucking beat the Undertaker.
As a kid,
is Undertaker retired at this point, or is he still going?
Semi-retired. He's actually scheduled for matches again.
They like
come back. So he'll be like once a year at WrestleMania.
Brock
and, like,
Lesnar.
then he'll be walking
$20 million more than everybody else, but only wrestle once a decade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a kid, I saw ST Jones win one time.
Yeah, ST Jones. Yeah.
I saw a lot. When I was a kid, I saw Bret Hart wrestle the Undertaker live. That was awesome.
Wow.
Nick's back.
Oh man, that was close.
Saved it.
I just sent the link for the Coco Beware versus the Patriot in CWA.
I didn't see it. I had to sign back in it.
He just kills this motherfucker. It's vicious.
I think it just shorted out my keyboard with checkvar.
Yeah, it wasn't all the porn. You were just massively masturbating.
Well, I knocked a bottle over. It hasn't been a problem until now. Like
I told you, I bought a 6-pack of Checkvar to spice up my anniversary. It's something to ejaculate over.
I knocked the bottle over on my keyboard, and then I'm like, "Oh shit!" Well, I cleaned it up, and then
it's very climactic of a beer.
Oh, damn, he's going after this guy, eh?
Oh yeah.
And then he slapped him when he was hitting him. Oh,
he got on top and slapped his ass.
Yeah. My keyboard is a 12-year-old Logitech G15 gaming keyboard, so it's got this little LED screen. Yeah.
That probably has so much semen and pubic hair in it.
Oh,
yeah. Can I buy that off you?
I've had 2 separate relationships with this keyboard.
I mean, I
Jesus.
I think Coco Beware at one point legit knocked this guy out.
Yeah, he picked him up. If you see him, he drags his ass up.
He drags his head up and stomps him. Like he legit knocked him fucking silly for a second there. And now he's just actually laying in like legit kicks and punches. The referee is almost like, "What the fuck? I don't know what to do."
Mm-hmm.
That is hilarious. And all of the comments are like, "Oh." Like, what the fuck's he doing to him? Like, why is
he's giving him a brain buster, but at least he protected him with that. Like he didn't decide I want to kill this guy. No, I just want to beat him up.
Yeah,
he slaps him. Then he slaps him. It's like awesome.
That was crazy.
Hey Lee, we just did Flash Gordon 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And in Flash Gordon 2, I forgot to mention, there was a near the end of the thing, they brought this little machine out that was supposed to save the day. And it was like a little toolbox or a little lunchbox looking thing with lights all over it. I actually used that lunchbox for work every day. I have the exact same lunchbox. I forgot to mention that. That was
Flash Gordon or Flash Gordon?
Flash Gordon Part 2. And I was watching the Crazy.
Wait, they made a Part 2 of Flash Gordon?
Oh yeah,
1990.
20 years later, but
20 years later.
Yeah, it was like forever later. I've only watched Part 2 like once, but it was nowhere near as good as the original.
No.
I only ever knew of the Part 1.
No, check it out.
Part 1 was fucking fantastic. Especially, I remember when they need to get the key out of the girl's hoo-ha. It's like, all right, let's get her out.
What do you mean it's stuck?
I think my favorite part still of that is just Craig T. Nelson doing the god of porno.
Stop.
It's like, oh no, stop.
Spoilers.
Listen.
This is where I hang
out. Murder.
Yeah.
This is my murder tower. I like to hang out.
My ass. There goes my hemorrhoids.
I just want to look at your tits.
that is so great. I loved it. I was watching the Crazy this morning. I was watching I Love You Dead. And I didn't even notice this, and I'm sad I did. While we were doing our thing, right in one of the screenshots where it says like where the rescue stations are, is Greensburg at the Green Hospital, and that's where my grandfather was born.
Oh, nice.
I was like, no shit. I was like, well, I didn't even notice that.
No, that's the thing about Night of the Living Dead, though. Like, and actually, all those movies Romero made right there in Pennsylvania. It's got that authentic feel to it because he's actually referencing real places and shit. Like,
right, exactly.
Not fucking around. He knows the place and he knows everybody there, and so I mean, he just draws from that. So it makes it much more authentic feeling.
I like the fact that good old Vincent was a key player in making the films. He was like the background scene, and he was the guy at the end that shot Dwayne Johnson right in the head. Dwayne Jones, rather, Ben.
Yeah.
He shot him. I see something in there. He was really integral in making a lot of these films. Dawn of the Dead, he played in that one. In Night of the Living Dead, he played a role in The Crazies. He played a role in Flesh Eaters, and he was, it's like he was this unsung hero through the whole thing. All these different movies has him as a major key in making him happen, either acting or like working around the back scenes. It's really cool. And even when he was 90, he was there. Like, what can I do? Can I help?
Yeah, I mean that whole crew that sort of like Russo and Romero and stuff sort of generated making those movies. Like it was such a big collaborative effort for a lot of that stuff. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll have to figure out what films we're going to do next. I forgot.
Yeah, I mean, Laura Lee's Grasp is one we need to do.
Okay.
We got to do some of the Hammer vampire films, the sexy vampire films.
Twins of Evil and Vampire Lovers count as Bathory.
Yeah,
count as track with all that. Fuck yeah.
Well,
Okay.
One of these days, I'll actually fucking watch the movie that you guys are doing. Maybe I'll join you if I'm invited.
Don't watch the movie. It's better. That's what I do.
So I probably should have done with Flesh Gordon because I wanted to be on the Flesh Gordon one because I used to love the first one especially. I used to love that movie, but I was like, fuck, I don't know.
It's kind of funny. Watch it 15 years ago and just kind of come in and just kind of remember what you remember and talk to.
Yeah, because that's what Paul does.
Are you talking about Flash Gordon or Flesh Gordon?
Flesh Gordon. Yeah, 15 years ago, I'm a fucking teenage boy that's just like, oh my god, there's titties. Oh my god, it's showcased. I hope my mom doesn't walk in on me.
I used to go through when I was a little kid. I used to go to the library and look through the old dictionaries to find sexual transmitted diseases, and so see all these weird pictures of vaginas and stuff. I was like, "Oh, look, nudity! Oh, that's great."
Oh my
way
God.
back in the day.
All go through the medical journal.
Yeah,
Medical journal.
hot stuff.
Number one source.
He keeps getting hung up on necrophilia. That page. For some
Yeah,
reason.
that page was a little stuck together by the time.
A little red, but outside of that, it looks good.
Yeah.
No, Greg, if you see something like if we announce something beforehand that we're gonna do and you're interested in joining on, just fucking invite yourself on.
Yeah, no, one of these days I will. Like I thought Flesh Gordon would work out, but it didn't. But yeah, one of these days you'll do something, and I'll be on your show, and I will add absolutely nothing to it. And Daniel will probably just tell me how I'm a terrible human being, and it'll work out.
Yeah, well, that's what he usually does to me every time. It's great.
Oh, yeah. Lucky he's used to Paul, so he's used to the anti-SJW attitude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Rainbow Warrior will find something negative about you.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the Will Smith sort of trilogy. I'll be joining on that.
The Will Smith trilogy. Well, we did a commentary for Bright.
Independence Day.
Breitbart.
It's got to include all the romantic comedy trilogy, like Hitch and shit like that.
Yeah, well, I gotta tell you, keep waiting. Keep waiting.
Oh, some bullshit. This is some bullshit.
Oh, I'm just waiting for we're gonna do a 3-part. We have a 3-parter with Maverick, Lightning Jack, and Cherokee Kid.
No, we don't.
Oh yeah.
No, we don't. And you know what we did, Em? What else do you fucking want, you bitch? Still waiting.
He's reloading his gun right now.
Yeah. oh, the body was still moving. I gotta make sure.
Hold on a second. Pop, pop, pop. Okay. Continue.
No, sorry, you guys are
The Thai hooker was a witness.
Code word, my children woke up. Code word.
So he pulled the car over, go stab this guy in the trunk real quick.
Yeah, the Thai hookers he drugged actually woke up. He had to silence them as well because, they saw too much.
Now 3 bodies to bury instead of 1.
Gotta make it fit.
Man, the company cleaner is not going to be happy with you in the morning, is he?
Harvey Keitel.
Yeah.
The wolf. What the fuck?
Right, Rod?
Yeah. acid can only dissolve a body so
Well,
quickly.
you know what they say: a good friend will help you hide a body. A best friend will help you eat a body.
Oh my God.
So is this guy gonna make you like clean up, like sponge up all the blood and bits of brain and skull in the bed sheets where you had to kill the Taiwanese hookers? It's like is that what's gonna happen now?
No, you alluded to it.
You don't necessarily need to eat the body. Just get yourself some pigs. It'll be fine.
Exactly.
You know, and just a little tip: if you ever want to get off while you do this stuff, they always check the vagina for sexual penetration, but they never check the eyeballs.
Well, there you go. This has been
whoever's watching
dating 101 with Paul.
This is what happens in the backwoods of PA.
Yeah.
Just so you know, Nick, you can actually file this live hangout under educational.
Educational. There we go.
I'll tag it to educational sort of fun.
We're learning new things every day.
Hashtag fucking nightmare. Right there.
Yeah. You guys remind me that I gotta go do something, so I'm gonna let you go.
Oh yeah.
Tonight, so.
You guys remind me that I have something better to do.
He's going to watch Flesh Gordon 2.
The Ukrainian
Baby Yui has to change his own diaper.
The Ukrainian chancellor is now leaving the building.
Hey,
I gotta go, guys.
When you're a professional killer, you don't take a potty break. You just shit your pants. So
Exactly.
That's what a professional does.
Exactly. It's called, those are called stakeouts. That's just how happens. It does with piss jugs and
so much for being
you shit your pants and you keep doing the job because I mean the people you kill, they're gonna smell the fact that you shit your pants, but you're gonna kill them. So who cares?
Smelling your shit smells like fear.
Well, to be fair, when you murder somebody, they usually shit their pants anyway. So.
It's true. They lose control of all body.
You're gonna stick that knife in me? You just shit your pants.
I'm waiting on you.
It's my defense mechanism.
All right, guys. Have a good night. We'll see you later.
Thank you for not passing.
See you. Oh, you.
Hashtag eat your laced wet naps.
Did you ever hook your Atari back up there, Chris?
No. No, I do not.
Did you ever play with your joystick?
I know you play with your joystick.
Yeah.
Well,
I suppose.
I got it somewhere in the fucking. I got the Atari somewhere in one of the boxes in my closet right now. So
it's in the closet. All right. No, I gave him an adapt. For some reason it was in my suitcase when I got there. So I'm like, well, here's an adapter to allow you to hook up your Atari to the television. Do you have an Atari? Yeah, I do. Okay, here you can have it. Only cost me $3.
Sweet.
Jamie has some follow-up comments here. First, he says Paul and Jamie are the two Kokanee kids. The waitress at the Flying Saucer loved Paul. Hi, Agnes. Lee, if you asked the attractive question about the waitress in 1997, the answer might have been yes. And he says Paul made her throw all the stupid vegetables off his burger and double the meat. Hashtag double the meat from Chris.
Yep. Double all that meat.
Sounds legit.
By the way, Chris, have you given any more consideration for that trade for a highlight that they left you for a can of Liquid Arts?
Let's talk about Liquid Arts for a second. That I went to the Fairview Mall fucking LCBO that we went to, Nick, and there weren't any left.
They're already gone.
Yeah, Redbeard came down.
Redbeard got them all.
There's none left. So I don't know where they all are, and I have none left in my fridge.
Oh, you drank them all.
They're all done. I split one with my brother. He's like,
"Oh,
this is not beer." I'm like,
"It's not beer.
This is not the beer.
This is not beer." And I said, "Yes, it is."
Beer. This is not sex. Yes, it is, but it's in the butt.
I'll keep you posted about Life in the Clouds though, because I'm gonna be heading up to Moncton on the weekend, so I don't know if I'll have a chance to stop into an NB Liquor that still has them. So I'd like to do one of the two, either Liquid Arts or Life in the Clouds as beer analysis.
Please do Life in the Clouds.
Why you didn't like the?
I mean, I don't
he doesn't like. You don't like the Liquid Arts.
Yeah. That's
Liquid Fart Fest.
Yeah. I'm just not on board with the fucking milkshake IPAs. That's all. No.
I actually liked.
That's just me being a whiny
Milk
bitch.
Shark.
I'll just say it.
The Milk Shark
you like
pineapple
Milk Shark?
one was pretty good.
Milk Shark was pretty good. I'm not a real big New England IPA fan or anything like that, but Milk Shark was actually pretty good. And so was that the marshmallow beer that Joe gave me.
And speaking of the marshmallow beer, I split that one with my brother too. He was like, he didn't get it because he's. I have a baby palate, but my brother has more of a baby palate. So when he drank it, he was like, "I don't taste what you're tasting." I'm like, "Yeah, you will eventually," but it was just all fucking marshmallow. It was good.
Yeah. I barely remember that one, but I know I had it.
One of my daughters is a vampire, and she's enjoying the young ones right now.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
that's positive.
Yep. And we had my daughters had a good time today. We were throwing axes. We were practicing our axe throwing skills.
That sounds awesome.
Mm-hmm. And they were getting really good at it.
Did you have one daughter tied up to the tree while the other one was?
No, we put balloons all over it, and she was killing clowns.
Nice.
You know what? That is probably the most.
Sounds like the it thing to do.
She was watching. I like that, Nick. Did you steal that one from Craig? I was actually watching. One of her new favorite films is Killer Clowns from Outer Space. So you pop their noses and it kills them. So we put balloons all over the tree, and she was killing killer clowns. It was great.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Throwing an axe is a very important skill, especially when the zombie apocalypse comes. So fucking kudos to you. You are one step ahead of the rest of us.
One step ahead. And then especially when you have to kick bears in the asses when you're in get out of your house.
Those fucking stupid fuckers getting in your house.
Sometimes you need to just chuck an axe at somebody.
Gotta learn the bear.
You need to chuck an axe at a bear.
Just those bear.
You gotta learn the bear essentials. I say
the bear
Katrizin, whatever.
Bear necessities. Yeah.
But no, sorry. To go back to the Liquid Arts Fest IPA, my only beef with that beer is that it's not an IPA. Don't fucking call it an IPA. It's a fucking juice ale.
Yeah, I guess
I like the idea of it. I like a little bit more bitterness in the back end to let you know you're drinking an IPA.
Yeah,
I suppose that's true. I mean, it was just straight up fucking juice at that point.
You know, at the end of the day, you could have just taken any fruit juice, 5 Alive or something, threw a little vodka in it, and you'd basically have the same idea. It's
I like to say you're making beer specifically for non-beer drinkers.
Yeah, well, you know what?
It's like
it's a good beer, but
it's like New England IPAs kind of go for the juicy kind of thing, but this is like the extremity of being juice.
Well, it's a good beer, but those of you who are on like Redbeard's chat, it's like it's the second fucking coming of beer. It's like it's a good solid beer, but it's not a fucking like 11 out of 10.
Well, the funny thing is, I think a lot of the sweetness and the oatmeal bodies and stuff like that too, with the lacking bitterness. You lack the oils in the end, so you lack the bombastic hop notes. So you lack the resininess. You lack the long-lasting hop tones. So you actually lose a lot of the hops because of the body. It's because of the way it's made. So you get this nuance of juice, but then it fades away. You don't get the lingering hop burn. You don't get all those things that you just get from a really well-made West Coast IPA or even a really well-made East Coast IPA. It's covered up with the sweetness and the body and the things, and it's all right. I just never thought they were that great. Hashtag.
Well, it's like generally New England style IPAs. I find is that they appeal to people who generally don't like that thing. It's a little bit different. Like it's like if you like something that is just juicy and not bitter. Then hey, that's your thing. But I'm kind of like old school IPA guy where I actually like those. So first of all, Ontario breweries for the most part don't make good New England style IPAs.
And maybe it's the other thing too is I just hate drinking juice. I don't drink juice in life. I hate
Yeah.
It's
if you're not a big fruit juice drinker, you're not going to like it no matter what.
No.
Do you think it tastes like a beer or not? My brother, when he drank it, he was like, he was like, I don't like passion fruit. So I'm like, okay, you're not going to like it then because that's all he was getting from it was passion fruit. And I get it. I enjoy the citrus fruits. I enjoy the mango and I enjoy the grapefruit and that passion fruit fucking flavor. So that's why I really liked it. For somebody like Paul who doesn't like juice, or my brother who doesn't.
Oh, I
like
love
juice,
getting all the nuances of the fruits and stuff out of them and stuff. I just don't like the straight juice taste where it's just like.
And which is what that was, right?
It's exactly what that was.
Yeah.
So it's a hit or miss. It's either you love it or you don't care for it. There's nothing really in between.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Chris. But yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things. It's not that I didn't enjoy it. It's just that it purports itself to be an IPA.
Yeah, I know what you're saying,
and that's just not it.
Yeah,
but that's just me being like a traditionalist for styles.
I had some good New England IPAs at Track Brewing, Cloudwater. Excuse me again. A couple when I was in England, but they all had this weird, like in the middle body, they had this weird sweet tart note that would kind of come out of them too.
And you know
wow,
what?
Nick,
way to go! That was neat.
You know what? With Nick, with the Liquid Arts, it was. I think it was only classified or labeled as an IPA because of the fad of being an IPA. In all reality, that should have been labeled as a fruit beer.
Yep.
I just saw Nick turning, so I figured his dick took out like everything.
Yeah. But I think they only labeled it as an IPA because everyone wants an IPA.
That's the hip thing, man.
Hey, what's that?
Haze for days, son.
That's what all the Instagram nut huggers is. They're all
nut huggers. This is Tusket Falls Roche de Vinade Red IPA.
There you go.
I haven't had yet.
It looks like it's not the most attractive looking beer. It actually kind of looks like dirty blood water kind of.
Nice. You're getting me hot.
But it tastes great.
A little bit of tampon tea.
They're getting excited over blood water.
Tampon tea, baby.
No, Rod, we didn't mean to exclude you from that conversation, buddy. But we were talking about
Rod's here. Oh fuck.
Yeah, Rod.
Yeah, Rod's still here. He's just listening.
We were talking about this IPA that was just released by Collective Arts in Ontario. That it's literally just straight up fruit juice.
Yeah, Rod looks like he gives a shit.
Whatever.
You Canadians and your fucking
great Canadians.
Rod's watching the NBA right now. Is what he's doing.
I am watching the NBA.
But no, like Rod, I'm sort of curious. So, like, do you guys have breweries on your side that are like pumping out these IPAs that are nothing like an IPA, that they're just like straight fruit juice?
Yeah, it's called the whole New England area.
But like, I wouldn't even call that a New England IPA. You know, that was just a straight juice.
No, it's like Forefathers New England style IPA they had at the fest. It's 40 IBUs. I'm like, I mean, I didn't care at the time, but like New England IPAs are even 60. I mean, isn't that kind of weak sauce for bitterness?
But like a New England IPA, they're pulling all of those fruit flavors from the hops. They're not getting it from a juice that they're adding in, which is exactly what
there's that. Yeah, but I mean, usually they come off as being a bit mild, but they should be pulling it from just the hops.
Yeah, exactly. But that's not what Collective Arts did.
But this is like the extremity. This is like fruit juice and milkshake.
Yeah,
like lactose and milk and fruit juice. That's where it was coming from. It was just basically that the Liquid Arts Fest. I loved it, but I mean, it was just fruit juice.
Yeah,
because at the point I even said in my review, it was at the point where it's not even beer anymore.
Well, I mean, that's the funny thing is then you get. I don't want to dilute the conversation too much, but then you get people
too late
10 years ago that had an IPA that didn't taste like the beer they grew up with or whatever, and it has all this fruity notes to it, and they're like, is this even beer anymore? It's like, it's so kind of crazy that we've got to that point now where we're like, is this even fucking beer?
Yeah.
Now we got hit. Yeah. Okay, now that's the marker. Now we hit this area. Now is this even fucking beer anymore? So what's the next step?
You've hit the point of maximum juicy. It's like, is this even beer? This is more like
this is a Candy Crush. Maximum juice.
It's like Alco Pop.
Alco Pop.
Alco Pop. Oh. No.
Minute Maid means alcohol.
It'll all come full circle, and then it'll be the summer of the Pilsner.
5 alive. 5% ABV alive.
Disassemble? Dead?
No disassemble.
No disassemble.
No disassemble. Johnny Five is alive.
Johnny Five alive.
Beautiful Stephanie.
Beautiful Stephanie.
Nick, what
He's
did
talking
you
about
just?
girls with brassieres and legs.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. Nick, I was just asking.
And then in the crappy sequel, you got a mohawk.
Yeah.
God.
You want to be warm?
Your mother was a lawnmower.
Yeah, man. I still thought that was a fun movie when I was a kid. Anyway.
I actually did love that movie when I was a kid.
I had it in the big clamshell box.
Oh yeah.
VHS.
The one film that I never got into was Batteries Not Included. I never got into that film.
I remember that movie.
That was available film.
There's a bunch of seniors in a building they're trying to tear down or something.
Yeah. No, it just didn't.
It's a good film.
And the little alien robots are trying to rebuild the place every time they try to do something.
It's essentially a fantasy film. Like it's marketed as a sci-fi, but I mean those alien robots might as well have been fairies, magic fairies, basically.
True. Just capitalizing on the whole sci-fi craze at the time.
But it's actually good. Like the actors and stuff in it are all really good.
Wasn't the same like the actresses in it are the same ones that were in Fried Green Tomatoes or something?
No, they were.
In my mind, they're associated.
Well, no, Jessica Tandy, I think, is in Fried Green Tomatoes.
Wasn't some of them in Cocoon?
Yeah, I think they were all in Cocoon.
Like those science fiction movies with seniors involved.
And I know Wilford Brimley was in Cocoon.
Yeah,
I bet
he was in Cocoon.
These aliens are going to cure my.
Wilford Brimley showed the world that you can't say the word diabetes without a big mustache.
These aliens are
diabetes.
So I'm drinking
a cure my diabetes.
Diabetes.
I'm drinking a Mill Street Brewery's fucking White Space Wheat.
You're going to get diabetes.
Okay,
is that the one?
Hold on.
Is that the one you bought for me?
Yep. I'm drinking it now.
That can looks like Hulk Hogan rubbed his junk against it.
He totally did.
It looks like I wiped my junk against it.
You totally did.
It doesn't look like it's crying.
Chris, does that say wheat flour anywhere on the ingredients list?
Yeah, it does, actually.
That's the one. Okay. I missed it. I'm sorry.
Wow. I missed that too. I'm like, what the fuck are you guys laughing
at? He's like, it doesn't look like it's crying.
Fuck you, Paul. You hurt me with that one. You physically hurt me.
Yeah, the ingredients on this one: water, malted wheat, malted barley, blood orange puree, wheat flakes, coriander, wheat flour, chamomile hops, orange peel, and yeast.
And Hulk
tears.
Hogan.
And tears.
And Hulk Hogan's t-shirt.
Ooh, Lee, what are you drinking? What is that?
I am drinking Tuscan Falls Red IPA.
How much you pay attention, Ashley?
Fuck, no, you pay attention.
Yeah, remember we talked about bloody water, tampon tea?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
How's that
5 minutes ago.
How's that coffee?
I'm not drinking coffee. I'm drinking
He's on the beer.
Oh, that's right.
Narragansett, baby. Since 1890. This is actually not a bad beer, even room temperature.
Oh. There we go.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it's not butter.
Oh, well, not butter is a very important character.
Nut butter is so creamy.
Busted.
Actually, I should try to make some kind of weird like goza and call it nut butter.
Why not, right?
Or like do like a Motorhead one and call it Orgasmatron or something.
Because all the like the Motorhead branded beers are all just like weak sauce fucking lagers.
And like was it the?
It's like the saddest thing ever because like fucking Motorhead. We're gonna market a beer using your brand. What's it gonna be? It's gonna be a shitty substandard Heineken clone. Oh
yeah,
fuck.
exactly.
It's no different than the Iron Maiden beers, which are no different than the Trailer Park.
I have I'm drawing a blank. Isn't there an Ace something hop?
There's an AC/DC beer.
Ace, it's like there's a hop called Ace something or whatever.
I think there is.
Sriracha
Ace of Spades.
Sriracha Ace. Now,
They
what,
should
what,
really,
why,
yeah,
why
they
wouldn't
should really
you-
have a
why wouldn't
Sriracha
you
Ace
make
beer.
like a big like triple IPA or double IPA with Sriracha Ace and call
See-
it the Ace of Spades, and that would be Motorhead
Yeah.
beer, you
Yeah.
motherfuckers.
Yeah, that
Here's the
should
thing.
be
Hold
Motorhead
on,
beer.
hold on, Nick, hold on.
What?
The thing with that hop though, I've never used it, but everything I've had with Sriracha Ace, it has like a weird like dill flavor to it.
Yeah,
I'll
it's
fucking-
like dill and lemon or something like that, isn't it? Like,
Dill
because I
weeds.
remember like about 10 years ago, Sriracha Ace was super popular. Like everyone was using it, and
No,
now
I
no
know-
one uses it.
Well, I know
No.
like Summit, the same thing with Summit is if you use it as a bittering hop, you're fine, but if you use it as a flavoring hop, you'll get like onions and garlic out of it.
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah.
Might be the same way if you make it your base Sriracha Ace and then hop it with something else like Nelson Sauvin or something like that to flavor it, you might be okay.
Yeah, because
Something like that.
from what I
Yeah,
understand,
so didn't
What-
Brooklyn make a Sriracha Ace beer that wasn't that great?
I think
It's
they
called
did,
it's a saison. It's shit. And then I made one a long time ago, and I used Magnum as the base, and I called it Magnum Opus, and that was
Yeah.
actually pretty good. That came
Mag-
out pretty damn good.
I used to use Magnums a lot.
Magnum is such an easy
Magnum
bittering hop
condoms.
to
I
use.
got what you said. There, you fucking bastard.
We
You
did it.
fucking
Like,
bastard.
it's the material, man.
Hey, Craig called. He wants his joke book back.
Yeah, so you can give it to Peter and have him rewrite it.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't car.
Yeah, because I remember, like, I've never had a beer with Sriracha Ace in it, but I remember back in the day, like, reading about it. It's like, oh, yeah, this beer has, like, a really pronounced kind of, like, lemon taste or a dill taste to
lemon
it.
and dill.
Dillweed.
And then you mix that with Equinox, and you can have like some green pepper. It's like the whole fucking vegetable patch in the beer,
Mhm.
Basically,
That'd be-
eat this.
that'd be neat.
Dip your Doritos in this and eat it.
right?
Yeah.
Then you'd be good.
Wouldn't be bad.
Good to go. Cool Ranch, baby.
Cool range.
Cool Ranch IPA.
I don't even think you can, I honestly haven't even seen Sriracha Ace for purchase. Like,
Well,
Yeah,
Sriracha,
I think
Sriracha
I think
Ace
it was.
might have been one of those ones. I know it might have been.
Is
phoned
it-
to the
Yeah,
thing
is it one of those ones where you can't buy it regularly?
Yeah,
like it's
because of the
trademarked?
copyright trademark bullshit. I don't know.
Brooklyn's beer. They have the
Like fuck.
Ace
What was the hop that I was looking at? I think it was Zythos that I was looking at. That's trademarked.
Zyklon.
Zyklon B.
Mm-hmm. You just went there, Nick.
You fucking
You
Nazi.
fucking bastard.
Oh, Nazi,
You
you fucking Nazi.
fucking did not see that coming.
You just did not see that. coming.
Okay, no.
Did not
You,
see
now,
Zyklon B.
now you officially need to give fucking Craig his joke book back because you went too far. British guys can get away with that. You can't.
You guys ever see that fucking meme where it's a cartoon and like it's definitely from something else? Like it's probably one of those like inspirational cartoons, but it has this father and son, and the son is bald, and so it's obviously like probably like an inspirational cancer cartoon or something like that. Like, I love you, son. You have cancer. You're gonna be all right. But he's like, why'd you shave your head? What the fuck is wrong with you? Some sort of fucking skinhead? I have cancer, Dad. I have leukemia. Luca, what? Stop talking German, you fucking Nazi.
That's funny.
For fuck's sake.
right?
You can't even stop talking Nazi talk.
Oh.
We have the CEO in our area is from Germany, and he comes in and hello everyone, it's nice to see you today, and I'm going through the numbers and things like that, and then I just make fun of him all the time, and then the couple of guys from the floor calls out Paul Romeli, fine, and I call him up. Hey Axel, how's the numbers? The numbers are good today. Yes, things are going out and everything's fine.
Oh, did the Germans buy the power plant?
Yeah, we have pumped more Zyklon into the gas chambers. Everything will be fine. The numbers were going up. Very good.
It's like
Yeah,
it's like when the Germans took over the power plant in The Simpsons.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Oh, you.
Oh, you.
Oh, you guys. You're crazy.
I'm gonna look this this fucking thing in the chat here.
Ugh. What do you sugar? How do you have Nazi? I got leukemia. Stop, what?
Don't. That's the first time.
Oh, that's so terrible.
You're a skinhead, you bitch.
I'm gonna show what it says. You skinhead, you bitch. No, Dad, it's leukemia. Luke, what? Stop being German. You.
Fucking nuts.
That's fucking terrible.
Oh, it's terrible. 5 kids. That's bad.
I love it. It's life affirming. It's great stuff.
Oh.
No.
So, anybody see any babies in dumpsters lately?
Yeah, I just went by.
Way to lighten the mood, Chris. There you go.
That's where I have all my babies.
Toss them right in the dumpsters.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we're still alive.
Yeah, this is one I saw recently.
Dumpster baby jokes.
Yeah. How do you get 5 babies in a bowl? A blender. How do you get them out? Doritos.
Here's one I saw recently. Kalima.
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 Not my gumdrop buttons.
Be mine.
Be mine.
Ah, wow. How about those tasty beer beverages?
I don't know. It doesn't seem like. I mean, being Narragansett being non-alcoholic, it doesn't get you as screwed up as Colt 45. So, because I've had 2 of them, I don't feel anything because there's no ABV written on the can, which means they're non-alcoholic.
That's right.
They could literally be 1% alcohol.
You're gonna be heard to the stake. Bring sparklers because hey, at least sparklers.
Hey, at least they're sparklers. I'll have to remember that when this town where I live in Bursby for a fucking witch.
just bring a bunch of sparklers to the party.
Since
Hey,
I live basically next to a town full of Puritan fucking right wings or whatever, you know.
Right on.
Yeah, they're all Puritans. They're all religious Puritans. I'm sure they're gonna burn me at some point in time.
Oh, well, I love this page. This Jake likes onions. The anteater, defined by things it kills, but its other qualities, like its large nose, allows it to do massive amounts of cocaine.
Which of course
snorted.
Vicious circle.
That's awesome.
It's a vicious cycle.
So I guess I have to get another beer because that's gone now too. Son of a bitch.
Samba beach.
Samba beach. That goes to tall cans. What to do another?
Son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch.
Hello.
Wow, way to take it racial there, Nick. You just went racial.
What?
What?
What are you talking about?
What?
Hello.
Oh, Mario.
It's me, Mario.
Somebody.
Son of a bitch. And look at you, the motherfucker. Would you like this?
Copyright strike. And when you're under 100 seconds, what was a lot faster?
Right.
It's a me.
Mario. Hello. Thank you for calling. How may I help you?
Make me a fucking sandwich.
Why is it that Rod can multitask?
I was trying to find this. There's me as Fire Mario in 2013.
You are the sexiest motherfucker I've ever seen in my life.
Burn that with fire.
Yeah.
Kill it.
Yeah. There you go.
I'd like to see you jump on a turtle, you son of a bitch.
You should really take that picture and bring it into Photoshop and put an actual fucking fireball in your hand.
You know what you could do? Take a couple different shots and actually put you in the game so we could play you.
That'd be awesome.
And then you could kill like the major bosses by choking them to death with your dick.
Just fuck off. Wrapping it around them.
Look at my big dick. Look at my big dick. Look at my big dick. I'm gonna choke you right now with my big dick.
I mean, come on. Can you see the likeness?
I can see the rape.
Look at Mario.
There's a lot of rapey there.
Oh,
there's so much rapeness right there. It's like Ron Jeremy.
There's a lot of
ladies and gentlemen,
yeah.
Ron Jeremy.
Ron Jeremy, yep.
I never told you guys.
Check out the tip of my mushroom.
I never told you guys one of my nicknames back 10 years ago was Ron Jeremy's nephew.
Yeah.
Ew. This is gross.
Yep.
I just linked something inspirational for all you guys.
What my nickname was Ron Jeremy's dumpster baby.
Second link. There we go.
Son, you can do anything if you put your mind to it. I want to fly. I'm afraid it's impossible, son. Why not? Because you a lame ass bitch.
No, I'm good. I'm gonna get this and get off.
This and get off.
I'm gonna get off. That's right.
Oh, too late. Greg's already gotten off. In fact, that's why he's muted right now, is because he's actually having sex with Agnes right now.
Thanks.
And nobody said it. And you know what? There's no response because he's already in her.
Thanks for,
Maybe he's just walking his dog. Like, what? He's got like a bunch of pets.
Walking his dog is a euphemism for.
No, like literally, he's taken us on walks with his dog before.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's probably just walking.
You have no precedent to, say that's a different thing.
No precedent to be a security risk.
I'm sure you're a security risk, Nick, at some point. I'm actually surprised they let you in airports, honestly.
They do.
All right, guys, I'm going to jump off here because
you're a smart man, Rod. Have yourself a good night.
You got.
Yeah, Rod.
Surprised you didn't get sick of us earlier.
Did get what earlier?
Hey Rod, I'm
didn't
sorry.
Get sick of us earlier.
Oh, that was always good. It's always a good time.
Hey, yeah, I'm sorry that we burnt the White House down 200 years ago.
Yeah, you keep dating it tonight. The bullshit. Tell you.
He's still sore about it.
We know you were dressed as British, but we know what was behind it. We know.
Oh yeah.
And he's your fault, by the way. He's your fault.
Believe me, I'd make a trade if I could. Who do you want? Like, who do you got? I'll take anybody right now.
I'll take anyone.
Yeah, we don't really get much better.
Yeah.
At least we got legal weed. We got legal weed.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
there we go.
A couple states that have that for right now, which is probably keeping sessions open at night.
We're one big goddamn Colorado right now. That's what we are.
Dude, I still say Sessions is what they base Cotton Hill off of King of the Hill.
Oh my God, Cotton Hill.
I think a lot of it just loses its luster once it becomes legal.
Same like attitude and everything is Cotton.
You know what? That's the ultimate. That's the ultimate solution to war on drugs. Is to just once it's legal, it loses its appeal.
Let's try not to say like ultimate or final solution.
Nick, just
made
just don't have it in your mouth.
This in a chat where you've already said the word Zyklon B.
Yeah, it's Zyklon B. And then you know what? Best way, I just want to point this out real quick. You said Zyklon B. You said Nazis. You said final solution. I'm just saying, Nick.
All right,
I don't know
we're gonna take this offline.
Oh, now I point that out. You want to take it offline?
As Nazi, whatever. I don't care.
It's a little nutsy.
Your show at some point.
We can be as nutsy as we want.
Yeah, Chris Peters killed those women, by the way.
Oh, God.